It took me years, and honestly, a lot of pain, to figure this out. And I'm telling you now so you don't waste that time like I did. You don't win a woman by chasing harder. You don't win by sending perfect texts or saying exactly what you think she wants to hear. You don't win by proving yourself or explaining how you're different from other guys, and you definitely don't win by being nicer, smoother, or more available. That's not how this works. The truth is, you don't win a woman at all. You stand out to her by doing something completely different, by being calm. Calm in your energy, calm in your mind, calm in your actions. Not fake calm either. Not that pretend I don't care but I'm secretly losing it inside act. I'm talking about that real, grounded stillness. The kind of stillness that comes from knowing you're already good, already whole, already enough, with or without her in your life. The moment you get that, everything changes. Most men operate from scarcity, scarcity of options, scarcity of confidence, scarcity of inner peace. And that scarcity makes them chase. They overcompensate. They overthink. They perform. But women can feel that energy instantly. It's not what you say, it's how you move. If you can't sit still within yourself, how can you expect anyone to want to sit still with you? That's the shift that changed my whole life. When I stopped chasing and started standing, I realized I wasn't just doing it for her, I was doing it for me. The calm wasn't a strategy to get a woman. It was about becoming the kind of man who doesn't need to chase anyone. That's when women noticed. That's when I started living rent-free in their minds. And that's when I stopped caring if I did or not. The first shift into real masculine calm starts with breaking habits that most guys don't even realize are destroying their attraction. The biggest one? Explaining yourself. It's wild how many men feel this constant need to justify everything they do. Sorry I didn't reply sooner, I was just busy. I'm not ignoring you. I just had a lot going on. I didn't mean it like that. You misunderstood. All of that? It's insecurity dressed up as politeness. It's trying to manage how she feels about you because deep down, you're afraid of losing her interest. But here's the truth. A calm man doesn't explain himself unless it's truly necessary. His actions speak for him. He moves with intention, not apology. If she's confused, she can ask. If she assumes wrong, she can sit with it. You don't owe anyone constant explanations, especially not for living your life. The more you explain, the more you shrink yourself to fit her expectations. The less you explain, the more space you create for her curiosity to grow. The second shift is understanding that chasing actually works against you. Most guys think that by pursuing harder they're showing strength, but it's the opposite. Chasing screams neediness. It says, I don't feel good enough unless you validate me. And women can sense that desperation a mile away. When you stop chasing and stay in your own lane, you become rare. Why? Because you're not trying to be seen. You just are. That stillness creates gravity. You stop reaching for her, and suddenly, she's wondering why. She's used to being chased, entertained, validated. When you remove that from the equation, you flip the whole game on its head. You didn't become boring. You became unpredictable. And that's when she starts thinking about you more than you think about her. Women are used to patterns. Most of the guys they meet follow the same script. She pulls away, he chases. She gives short replies, he doubles down, trying harder to win her attention back. She tests his confidence with little comments, and he explains himself, trying to prove he's not like other guys. It's predictable, and predictable gets boring fast. But when you learn to stay calm, you break that entire cycle. You become the one thing she doesn't expect, unbothered. And that's what makes you powerful. Your calm interrupts her usual patterns, not by trying to win, but by refusing to play the game at all. When she says something snarky, you don't bite. You don't get defensive. You might smile or say nothing at all. When she gives you short replies or cold energy, you don't go chasing for an explanation. You give her space. That stillness? It hits differently. Why does this work? Because emotional reactions are her way of testing the waters, seeing how much control she has over you. The moment you flinch, the moment you start explaining or chasing or trying to fix the situation, she knows she's steering the whole dynamic. But when you don't react, when you stay grounded, it flips everything. Suddenly, she's not sure what role she's playing anymore. She's used to being in control of the emotional dance, but you've stepped off the floor. And that's magnetic. Calm men break the cycle by standing still in a world of men who are constantly scrambling for approval. It's not about ignoring her or playing cold. It's about having the inner strength to remain centered, no matter what she does. That's rare. That's attractive. And that's how you shift the whole energy of the interaction in your favor without saying a word. One of the biggest differences between a man who leads with calm and a man who leads with insecurity is how they handle silence. Most guys can't sit with it. The moment there's a pause in conversation, they start scrambling, making jokes, over-explaining, filling the air with noise just to avoid that uncomfortable feeling of, what if she's bored? But here's the truth. That discomfort doesn't come from her. It comes from you. It's your own anxiety convincing you that you have to perform to be worthy of attention. Calm men don't play that game. They know that their presence alone is enough. They don't need to fill the space. They let the space work for them. And guess what happens when you stop fearing silence? She fills it for you. She starts talking more. She becomes more expressive. Why? Because now you've created emotional safety without saying a single word. See, women don't respond to words the way most guys think they do. They respond to energy. And whoever controls the emotional tone controls the entire dynamic. If she's nervous, and you get nervous, she's leading the interaction. If she's frustrated and you react emotionally, she owns the frame. But when you stay calm, no matter what, you shift the whole vibe. She calibrates to you. She relaxes into your energy because she senses that you're steady. You don't need her to behave a certain way to keep your cool. You just are cool. That's what leadership looks like without trying to control anyone. It's influence without effort. And it's rare because most men are too reactive to hold that kind of space. When you can sit in silence, fully at ease, you set the tone for the room, for the conversation, and for the whole connection. That's real power. Here's the part nobody really talks about, but it's the truth. The less you do, the more she does. The more you chase, the more she pulls away. But when you go still, when you stop needing her validation, something interesting happens. She starts moving toward you. It's not manipulation. It's magnetism. Feminine energy wants to move toward strength, toward stability, toward that grounded masculine presence. And when you stop pushing, when you stop asking where things are going, when you stop trying to impress her, she naturally starts wondering about you. She starts thinking about what you're thinking. She starts feeling that pull. Not because you're doing anything special, but because you've become the rare man who doesn't need anything from her. That's attractive on a level most guys will never experience because they're too busy chasing. It's not about playing hard to get. Playing games is insecurity pretending to be confidence. What I'm talking about is something deeper, true, self-trust. When you're rooted in yourself, when you know you don't need anyone to make you feel complete, you stop behaving like every other guy. You stop auditioning for approval. You stop needing constant reassurance that she's into you. And when a woman feels that, when she senses that grounded calm coming off you, it's different. She's drawn to it. Not because you tricked her, but because that's the kind of man she can actually relax around. The chase flips naturally, not because you're trying to get her to do anything, but because your stillness creates the emotional gravity she didn't even realize she was craving. You become the calm in her storm. And in a world full of noise, distraction, and men who don't know who they are, that calm isn't just attractive, it's irresistible.